This one is a ready to take into class activity. I will post the link in the description below. I regularly share ready-to-use activities, writing tasks, and fresh teaching ideas, so subscribe so you don't miss out on the next one. Now we're going to be looking at something really valuable, giving students the chance to reflect on their own classroom experience. Why? Because when kids stop and think about their role in the room, that is where real ownership starts. So let's start by getting them thinking. 2 simple questions to put to your students. Why are you in this class? And what do you hope to get out of it? It sounds basic, but those 2 questions hand the responsibility back to them and set the tone for everything else that follows. Now we move to the first activity. Ask your students to take a few minutes and write a short paragraph about their thoughts on being here and what their choices and actions say about them. It's a lovely low-pressured way in. Next, we get them looking honestly at their own habits. Ask them to list 3 things they tend to do that make it hard for them and their teachers to connect. And this is the important part. Remind them to be honest. This isn't about getting into trouble. It's about noticing their own patterns. Then we turn towards communication. Have them think about how they actually talk to their teachers and write down 3 ways they could communicate better. 3 things that would help them and their teachers understand each other more. It's a small shift, but it puts them in the driver's seat of that relationship. And finally, in this reflection, ask them to write down just 1 change they could make that might improve their classroom experience. Then take it 1 step further and have them think about how that change could actually help them in the long run. 1 small change, real long-term payoff. Now it's time to bring it all together and reflect on how their behavior impacts their learning. This is the heart of it, helping students see the direct link between the choices they make and what they get out of the classroom. Here is where they pull those thoughts onto the page. First, 3 habits I have that keep getting me in trouble with teachers. And then, 3 ways I could improve my style of communication with teachers. Naming it honestly like this is often the moment the penny drops for the student. And to wrap it all up, they bring everything into one piece. Why are you in this class? And what do you hope to gain from it? Have them write a paragraph explaining the choices and behaviors that have brought them to this point. And then finish on a hopeful, forward-looking note. My goal for this year is to make my classroom experience great. And let them fill in the rest. And that's it. Thank you so much for being here. I really hope this has given you something useful that you could take into your classroom. If you have any questions, or if you try one of these ideas, leave a comment below because I genuinely love to hear how it goes.